Hey everyone, my name is Derek Brown, and today I'm going to share my journey of day trading with you. But first, we have to go to the beginning. First off, let me start by saying I'm 20 years of age now. At the time of me starting my entrepreneurship journey, I was 18 years old, and we can go back and forth and talk about what exactly made me start my career, what exactly made me push forward, but I'm going to be bluntly honest. It was just the fact that college was just not what I thought it was going to be. And because of that, I wanted to escape it. And I was accepting any other thing besides that. A couple months later, me and my boy are sitting at my desk and we're thinking, man, how can we get money? We want money. And I go on TikTok and I see a guy, bald-headed man, boxer. We all know him as Andrew Tate. And he was just yelling at me, telling me that I'm a brokey, telling me that I need to get rich. And at that point, I knew that this was it. I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to be wealthy. I wanted to be someone that people looked up to for advice, for money, for reliance, for trust. That's what I wanted to do. And I also knew that I didn't want to go to college or work a 9-to-5 job for 30 years. I'm not saying that I wouldn't work. I'm just saying that I don't think I would ever stay in one single place for more than 2-3 years. So at that point, that's when I started my e-commerce movement. And me and my boy, we planned out this whole thing for Valentine's Day. We're going crazy with it. And it's kind of crazy because, I'm thinking to myself, what if this does really work? What if it does? And what am I going to do with this money? But then something in the back of my head said, but what if you don't? Are you wasting your time? And this is where things were put to a halt, because intuitively I wanted to do something, but in my head I was like, is this the right move? Because of what I heard and saw around me. I couldn't accept that I was the only one doing something and other people around me were doing other stuff. It took me a while to grasp that and to get it down pat. And when I did, e-commerce was, I don't want to say saturated because I'm not going to be one of those guys, but let's just say that it was too late for me. Alright? And I still kept trying to do it. I had about 5 e-commerce stores in total. I don't know the profit margins or even how much money I made from all of them altogether. Let's just say that it wasn't worth the amount of effort, time, and work that I put into it. So at that point, I stopped doing e-commerce, but I knew that I didn't want to just stop becoming successful. I saw a video of his name. His name is FX Alex, and he posted the Instagram, and he made $150,000 in one trade. And after seeing that, I was like, that's insane. That's someone's salary in 2-3 days that he did it for. I mean, that's top 25% salary. That's insane. And he's making that in one trade. Anybody that knows what money is, knows what your time is worth, knows that that is insane, right? Because you could just stop working for the rest of the year at that point with 150 if you still lived a relatively average life. Okay, so when I saw that, I knew that that's something I wanted to try, but I didn't know if it was real or not. And it took me a while for me to, I guess you could say, come to terms with the reality that I need to really sit down and test it. I bought a course from a pretty standard person that's in the trading industry. Wasn't, $1,000 or $2,000, but from there I stayed in that program for about a month. And once I felt comfortable enough, I got a demo account. It was a 100K demo account, and I just wanted to make 10% on it. That's all I wanted to do. A month, 2 months, 3 months, a year, I just wanted to make 10% on my own on a demo account first, with no one's help. And I was able to do that relatively pretty quickly. I was able to get 10% on a 100K account in 2 weeks. So when that happened, I knew that either that was luck, which some people could say that as well, or that I had found something, a strategy, or I found something that works for me particularly, right? So at that point, I didn't have enough capital to even invest into the market safely. All right, so I moved forward with profit. Now, don't ask me what profit because there's tons out there. Everybody has their own opinions. Use precaution when using profit. But when I got a profit account, I wanted just to do the same thing. 100K account, get a 10% profit goal, and that's what I did. And I did it in 2 weeks again. So I was able to get funded within 2 weeks. And realistically, this is only 2 months into my trading journey at this point. So I knew that this is really good for me. And I didn't want to blow this account because, I mean, you know, it was only $200, $300, I think, or $500 maybe, I don't know. But regardless of what it was, it was very minimal. And I didn't want to have to keep doing that. I wanted to be able to get my refund and then be able to make a payout. So fast forward a month later to today's date, I have made $64,000, and I will show you guys right now. As you guys can see, it says my name live. Goodness, the glare is so bad. Can you see it? I don't know. What am I here to say? I have a couple points that I want to make. My first point is that if I can do it, you can do it. And I don't want to sound like any other guy in the market, any other guy in the industry. I want to sit here and tell you that if you put in the effort, it doesn't matter if things are working. If intuitively you know that you want to do something, you're going to make it happen if you're doing stuff for yourself, okay? Meaning that if you want to be rich and you're reading a book, it doesn't matter if it's consistency, right? It's just the fact that you're doing the action. If you're doing it, that's what matters, because the consistency, the discipline will come after. But until you get to that point, it won't be consistent. It won't seem like you're disciplined. And at that point, that's when the mental battle is, I guess you can say, going on between yourself and yourself. You think you're not doing enough, or you think you're doing too little, or you don't think that things are looking the way it's supposed to because you're not seeing immediate success or validation, whatever it may be. That's why there's day one and one day, because day one means that, all right, today's the day that I start, and let's see what it's like in 30 days, in 60 days, in 90 days, right? Versus when you say one day, you're just projecting that maybe one day in the future, whenever this may be, because you're not even putting a time frame on it, that you will hopefully be successful, that you things will just magically appear. It doesn't happen like this. And you will realize the more and more that you work, the more and more that you do things, you'll realize that you write stuff down, it will happen, but it's not going to happen instantly. But you will realize, wait a minute, I did that goal that I wrote down 3 years ago, or 3 weeks ago, or 3 days ago, right? So it's all about repetition. It's all about doing your thing, or doing the action, and just getting it done. It doesn't matter, right? My second point to you guys is that from me making my 64K, I'm not a millionaire. I'm not rich. I still live with my parents. I still don't have a car. But the point is that I have a skill now. 64,000 times 12, that's literally $750,000, right, in a year. So realistically, yes, I will be rich, or I will be a millionaire. But the point is that right now I have down-packed a skill, and I just need to keep working with it. Now, even big traders have losing weeks, days, months, or huge losses, blowing their accounts. That's why you need to have sets of rules. You have to have notes. You have to journal. We'll go into all these things in later videos, but these are the key components. And when it comes to my 64K, I just want to let you guys know that once I hit 50K, they scale up my account, so I actually have another 75K in funding. So now I have, I believe, I have 200K in funding now. So my goal is to get it to 1 million, and then I'll probably start taking payouts, only because the higher the capital, the higher the return, the higher risk, but the higher the reward. And if I can get to 1 million, 2 million capital in the next year or two, or even the next couple of months, I will be able to make 1%, 2%, and that is 50, 60K a month without risking over trading, taking 20 trades in a week. I won't have to do that. I will have to take one long trade for a week, maybe one long trade for a month, and that pays for everything. So these are my goals, and I just wanted to kind of share these things with you. My journey might be a little bit all over the place, but I hope and pray you guys kind of caught the path. It's a process. It is a journey, and I didn't pay attention to what I was doing in the moment, but now that I'm here, I'm definitely aware and enjoy the journey. It is interesting, it's fun, it's one of a kind, and you're the only one that's going to experience your personal journey. So when people ask you, you got to know how to tell them. But thank you guys. More videos to come, and just subscribe to the channel, leave a like, join my Telegram if you want free signals, and I'm coming out with a course soon, so it's going to be free. Don't worry. See you guys soon.